Now, I think the conspiracy theories and theorists get tremendous amount of fuel when this happens. So, for example, if we go back to the lab leak origin versus the natural zoonotic origin of the virus, from zoonotic to human, there were a lot of people who initially in the science community advanced that this had to be a natural, not a leak at the Wuhan Virology Institute. And then as time went on, there were more and more irregularities, still no definitive evidence either way. And we may never get that definitive evidence. But basically, the people's voices who were not being heard regarding the Wuhan Institute lab leak, assuming an accidental lab leak, they got more concerning substance. And then the conspiracy theorists would say, there you go, right? And they were saying that at the beginning. And so now you have another parallel where, whether it's ivermectin or vaccines, you have people who are pushing these agendas. And you know what? I don't have a problem with pushing ivermectin as advancing it as a candidate drug that we need. Totally. There's 2,200 people in randomized trials. Most of the randomized trials are, 20, 40, 60 people. 2,000 people to say it should be given universally and has 99% effective. That's not, you can't make that assertion. And, I listened to Bret, a couple of his podcasts, interview with Tess Lowry, one of the UK scientists who he has been aligned with. And I can tell he's an intelligent fellow. I mean, he's a bright fellow, but he doesn't know how to do clinical trials. And he shouldn't be passing himself off as an expert to interpret that data. These are not what we would consider definitive trials. Now, it should be pursued. Ivermectin is a very inexpensive and relatively safe drug, and it may indeed have, very positive effects. But it shouldn't be, having emergency podcasts. And then the people that he brings together, like, for example, the Dr. Kirsch, who said the COVID vaccines have caused more deaths than have all other vaccines combined over the last 30 years. This is somebody he brought on as a guest, okay? And then you have him also lined up with the Frontline COVID-19 Critical Care Alliance for an emergency podcast with Joe Rogan, making these claims. There's something serious afoot. The public is largely unaware. They have been placed in kind of danger. 99% effective ivermectin. The pandemic would end in a month. That is complete balderdash. Okay. The pandemic will not end in a month, and there is no drug or no vaccine that's 99% effective. So the problem here, Sam, I see, is that he is overstepped. That is, he's aligned himself or had guests who are saying things that he then has a large following. And instead of taking a critical view, I'm sure he's upset with the censoring. I would be too, but it doesn't mean it should go, across the line as to advancing things or people who have, and saying things like, for example, the headache, which is, the mRNA crossing into the brain. These are unfounded things, and they're dangerous things. And that's where I have a concern.